If you had a problem with me and wanted to give me some constructive criticism, okay, talk to me about it. But you just wanted to cause a whole scene.
Play that one.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Tempthaitian, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, welcome, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, because temptation is just irresistible, period. So today I am doing a story time on the time my clinical instructor called security on me. She called security on me. So how did it start? Okay, so I'm gonna try not to take too long. It's been a minute and I'm terrible at this. So I was at Howard and I was pledging at the time. So my schedule was kind of crazy and I did miss like a lot of stuff when it came to school. So in the process, we were like, after we had crossed, we were trying to like catch up with everything. So in this case, me and my front were, well, my front was trying to make up for her clinicals, because the way nursing school works and Howard works, because of disorganization, making up clinicals was like hella inconvenient, and at the time, like, we were working hella jobs to pay our bills, so it wasn't gonna work for us to have to miss clinical and work with whatever days they gave us. It's not like they scheduled clinical makeups for it to work for everybody's schedule. They just made clinical makeup days, and if you were available, you went, and if you didn't, you failed the class. And if you failed the class, then you would have to wait until the next semester to take it. So my front was in that situation. She needed a makeup, a clinical day, so she wouldn't fail her clinical portion or the class. And considering her work schedule, we came up with the idea of like her possibly taking her makeup with my clinical group on one of our last days, our last day or one of our last days. I don't remember. It was quite a couple years ago. So the only reason why we came up with this idea is because it was done before. It's not like it was something out of pocket and we was trying to be unruly or anything like that. No. So my clinical instructor, giving you a backstory, my clinical instructor had like a personal vendetta against me. I don't know why, but she literally did. It was like every time we had lab, or every time I had lab with her or like a lecture class with her, it will always be like some tension between me and her, or like a little smart comment from her to me, and we would get into like a little back and forth. But she would dead ass try me, and I don't know why. And it wasn't just me, like, I'm not making this up. Like my classmates would say the same thing, like, does she have a problem with you, or what did you do to her, or why does she hate you so much, type shit. So whatever. So I had emailed her for the sake of my front, you know, so she could, you know, see about letting her make up her clinicals at our clinicals on our clinical day, since it's the same class. And we had the same lecture, we just had different clinical days. And she had responded to my email like very upset, like, no, and if she shows up, we're gonna call security on you. Why? She did warn me, right? But because of the personal vendetta we had, I'm like, okay, maybe she's just not understanding, or maybe she's thinking like I'm trying to be smart. I don't know, but I was just like, it's okay, girl. Like, maybe you should talk to her, since she has a personal vendetta against me, and I know your schedule is shitty.
No.
No. No. No. No. No. No. Hell no. 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 I refuse. No. No.
Saying this to my friend, like, maybe you should just talk to her and whatever. But she wasn't even responding to her email. So I was just like, you know what? You come and talk to her face to face, because maybe it's better for you to talk to her without me being involved. Da, 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 da. So we both go to clinical. We're in our uniform, and whatever. So when the clinical instructor walks up, she's just like, she goes, she's like, no, I told you not to bring her. It's against the rules. Da, 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 da. She gets on her phone, and she's like, I'm calling security. You both need to leave. You both need to leave. And I'm like, whoa, like, you could have just told her, like, no, you can't stay, and this is why, or just hear her story, because, like, there's a valid reason why she needed to make it up. And these classes aren't free. Like, you're literally eating and paying your bills out of the pockets of us. So, like, the fact that you can't even, like, sit to listen to her or give her the opportunity to talk to you so she could tell you what's going on, and then you tell her no without it having to be because of your personal vendetta against me, was like crazy to me. So me and her just leave. So that means I miss a clinical day and she didn't get to make hers up. So we have like me and my front have connections to like people that work in hospitals near Howard, and we're like, you know what, maybe if we volunteer at the nearby hospitals and tell our story, then maybe we can get it made up as an exception, because honestly this was just like a huge misunderstanding, whatever. So we went to volunteer at a nearby hospital and did the exact hours, and we had one of the nurse managers sign off on our volunteer hours, and then we brought it to our professor that was overseeing our lecture professor, because at the end of the day, he's the one who gives us the overall grade for that maternity course. And he had emailed us and said, no, you guys aren't supposed to show up, or she wasn't supposed to show up with me, it's not allowed. And I'm like, you're lying, because there are several students that have done this, because barely any student is available for the 2 days that's offered to make up for these clinicals that's based on the professor's schedule, considering we're the ones paying y'all. But I digress. So then I'm thinking that's like the end of the whole debacle, and it wasn't. Literally, like, the next couple of days, the chair of the nursing school calls me into her office, and she was just like, so your clinical instructor has shared her concerns with me, and she feels it was very inappropriate for you to have brought your colleague to clinical with you, since she was not authorized. And I had expressed to her, like, there's like a personal vendetta between me and her. I didn't think it was fair for her to have to take it out on her, considering she has her own situations, which I was trying to get her to hear out, since she was disregarding her personal emails to her. But you know, it was just a complete misunderstanding because of personal vendetta between me and her, whatever. But she didn't want to hear me out. She was just like, you're wrong. You're not going to make a good nurse. This is the chairman. She's like, you're not going to make a good nurse if you're going to act like that. Da, 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 da.
You got a bitch fucked up. You hear me? You got me fucked up.
Like, coming for my life. You don't even know me, lady. You just got this job. You can't even pronounce my last name. And she was like, so I'm going to have to write you up. Mind you, I've never been written up before. And I'm just like, my clinical instructor was white. I'm not going to say she's racist, but she definitely did have a problem with me. And I don't know why. But, and she stays saying whatever, I'm getting off topic. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so she was like, I'm gonna have to write you up.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, you go ahead, Ad. Go ahead. I don't understand what the problem was. And then I had to make up a clinical day with her. And I think me and my big had to make up a day with her. It was me and somebody else that had to make up a clinical day with her. No, I had to make up a clinical day with my clinical instructor by myself.
Oh my God!
By myself. Like, she was literally trying so hard to get under my skin. I had to make up a clinical day by myself with this lady, bro. And then on that day, I had to make it up. She was like, you know, you remind me so much of myself.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
You're very smart. They're like trying to kiss my ass because, bitch, you know you were wrong. You know you were wrong at the end of the day, and you were just being fucking petty. And you realized that you really took, how much I say this? You took advantage of your power in the situation when you really could have just handled it with the other student instead of having to take it to the next extreme because of your personal vendetta with me. So, and I didn't appreciate the chairman just siding with the professor and not hearing me out, because that says a lot about the chairman. Like, you want to talk about you're all about the students and you're about supporting the voice of the students, but you don't, girl. You didn't even give a fuck. You didn't even give me the chance to get my story out, girl. You was just chewing me out and you didn't even know my last name. And this clinical instructor can't even pronounce my first name, and she's known me for years, like seen me throughout the nursing program for years. So that said a lot about that program, and I'm glad I'm out of it. But yeah, she called security on me. Called security and got me written up. Like, you called security on me and fucked up, like now every professor's gonna see, like, oh, this girl's unruly, this girl likes to start problems and stuff like that. No, now you're fucking with my reputation. That's a problem. Then after that, I did not fuck with her. I did not fuck with her. I did not fuck with her. You know, like, with the personal vendetta she had with me before, I never let that get to me. But after that situation, I was just like, okay, if you had a problem with me and wanted to give me some constructive criticism, okay, talk to me about it. But you just wanted to cause a whole scene. For what, though? That shit's so crazy to me. But yeah, that is about the time my clinical instructor at Howard called security on me. That's fucking crazy. I'm such... Whatever. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all the next time.